Good evening and welcome to the Next Gen Race of Winners for Season 17. This is a special event for the league winners and co for the season. Obviously, I've got 12 drivers in the running for tonight, and we are about to reveal our first car and track combination. The drivers all know the cars, so they've had a little bit of time to get a bit of knowledge of them. However, they have not known the tracks, so they can't practice at all. They can practice the cars, but they can't practice the tracks. Now, the first car we're using tonight is the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 10 FQ400. This four-wheel drive road car, fantastic car to drive. And the circuit we are heading to is going to be Zolder. So we'll just give the driver a minute just to select a car livery before we get underway. General rules are track limits are on for tonight, obviously being the best of the best. A little bit stricter on the track limits just to make sure there's no one just over-egging it a touch. But we have a double row winner in AMH Racing defending his title for this season. And we also have another row champion of Jack TM53 Synopsis, who is looking to be the first person to win a race of winners on a controller and a wheel. So let's get this underway. So quick recap of who is in tonight and how they qualified. AMH Racing, other than Andrew Holmes, he is the defending champion, and he also won several leagues this season. The Modern Touring cars he won. He also won the GTE League, Ford Escort RS1600s, and the Formula Renaults. Johnny's in because he got second in the Escort RS1600s and Rally Max for third in the Escort RS1600 League. TBM Muzz is in for getting second in the Formula Renault 3.5s. Jack TM53 Synopsis won the Group A1s, with the Next Gen Les coming second in that league. Fullfish is in due to him getting third in the Modern Touring cars, obviously those ahead of him already qualifying. D Whitehouse sixth in the Modern Touring cars. Cam 123 Deers won the Clio Cup with Bruce Lee Harding in 6th. GT5 Vass got second in the Porsche Super Cup. Seeks got third in the Porsche Super Cup. I actually won that league, but I am commentating tonight. And that's your 12 for the night. So here we are, Zolder. Be an interesting race, as we see Jack in the yellow Mitsubishi there. Just having a bit of a slide around. Obviously, these guys don't get warm tyres out of the pits. They have to go out and warm them up. They've only got 5 minutes of qualifying to set a lap time, so I suspect they should get 2 laps in. There is AMH Racing, just coming over the crest there in the red Mitsubishi. And that's the Villeneuve chicane he's just going through. Bruce Lee Harding getting it all sideways through the Klein chicane. Johnny just leaving the pits now. The image coming up to the end of the lap. So, Belgium, Zolder, 2.492 miles long. This layout has been here since 2007. The circuit itself has been here since 1963. We're going to go on board here with AMH for a lap of Zolder. Here we go, up to Erst. First corner, quite a late apex. You can see that fine point in the curb. That's where you're aiming for. Use all the tracker you want on the exit. Down to Stair and Whack Box. I'm not going to say these all the time, I'm not going to lie. third gear. He's drifting it through there. He's just got a little bit wide. The canal box, which is a flat right-hander. See, these are on-road tyres. Lucian Bianchi box down to fourth. See, AMH is getting a heap of understeer through Lucian Bianchi box. Takes a trip in the gravel. Luckily, he should get around for an extra lap. We're going to stay on board with him though, as we head down towards the Klein chicane. Down to second. Flick it in through between the curbs. Then you go up through the left of Sacrament Schelling, and then it tightens into Butte. Before you hit the Villeneuve chicane, really tight, 90 right, 90 left, 9 right, and then you head down towards the Turleman box. Should be flat, because it's a nice camber actually through that corner. And then as we head all the way down to Boulderberg box. Hairpin right. Flick it left and right through Jochen Rin box, and then we head up to the final chicane of Jackie X box. Hit the brakes. Down to second gear. Really tight entry. AMH has had a track limit invalidation there. And I think that might do him for the qualifying. Yes, so the defending champion on a bad start, as he won't be able to qualify. Rally Mac comes through. He puts in a 1:49.5. Cam 123 days a 1:48.4. D Whitehouse just coming up to Jackie X box. He comes up to the line. Bruce Lee Harding going third quickest on that lap. Here comes D Whitehouse. He puts it in sixth at the moment. He's going to have one more lap to go. TBM Muzz. He'll have one more flyer to go. GT5 Vass is not going to set a lap time in this qualifying either. So he's going to be on the back foot going into race number 1 of 4. Muzz. You can just set a lap time as per Johnny and NXTGEN Les. Then they could move up the order quite swiftly. Jack, currently your pole sitter at the moment. Qualifying is now over. Up towards the final corners of the lap. Jack comes across the line. Cam goes on pole position. Can Jack improve? Yes, he can. A 1:46.4 sees him on pole position. For now, here comes Fourfish. He's had a good season this season, really improved, and that shows that he's still 2.8 off the pace of Jack, though. Bruce Lee Harding is in fourth. Here comes D Whitehouse 7 up to the line. Stays where he is. 6:44. Stays in 7th. I believe it's just TBM Muzz now who's yet to cross the line. So the qualifying is over. Jack takes pole position from Cam 123 Days. Fourfish is in third. Bruce Lee Harding lines up fourth. Rally Matt fifth. D Whitehouse in sixth. Muzz is in seventh. Seeks eighth. Johnny ninth. AMH, Les, Vass all didn't set a time unfortunately, so they'll be starting at the back of the pack. And also a factor tonight, no There will be no bonus points, so you don't get a point for pole position or fast lap. It's purely where you finish in this race. And tonight, so we sink in for the first race of the night. We have the 3 red lights. We are green at Zolder. 4-wheel drive, so no one really gets an advantage off the line. They all start to look for space as we head up to the first corner, and Cam 123 Diaz has now taken the lead. Down the inside, but Jack looking for a switch back, and there's contact behind. We focus though on the front because Cam managing to keep that lead. Just behind Fourfish in third. He's under pressure from Bruce, who also has Rally Matt for company down, almost down. Yes, he is down the inside for Lucian Bianchi box. Oh, he's got a. That's a good run from AMH behind though. Couldn't quite find the space. Down to the Klein chicane, still side by side between Bruce and Rally Matt. Bruce having to take the shortcut, and we'll have to yield a couple of places due to that. Up over the crest, side by side between Rally Matt and AMH. Into the Vilna chicane. Oh, bit of a lock-up for AMH. Rally Matt runs a bit wide. Les looking to go 3 wide. Manages to gain the place on Bruce. AMH, an incredible start to this race, up to 4th. And we have our first penalties of the night. It's going to be Cam and Jack. We're going to go side by side up towards the final corner. And just behind, AMH down the inside of Fourfish. Fourfish looking to do a switchback. Looks like he's got it done. Yes, that's a great move from Fourfish, and Jack now into the lead. Fourfish and AMH. AMH looking to the inside. Fourfish has gone absolutely screaming off at the first corner though. Rally Matt with Les just behind, but Rally Matt now looking to attack on Fourfish. And Les trying to get in on the action, making 3 wide through turn 2 and 3. Into Lucian Bianchi box. Les has done the pair of them, a good double overtake by him. Very opportunistic, and Fourfish just about keeping his position against Matt there. But he does lose one to Les. AMH in a prime place right now in 3rd. Dependent on the penalties received by our 2 leaders. There's Johnny. He's down in 8th. D. Whitehouse. I believe he got caught up in that earlier incident. As did Vass and Seeks. There's Muzz just behind. 2 leaders though are Jack and Cam, followed by AMH, and AMH is catching them. Meanwhile, Fourfish still on the back of Rally Matt. Still has Rally Matt on the back of him, but he's still on the back of Les. On board with Rally Matt, looking at the battle ahead of us. Into the final corner, 6 minutes 26 to go still. Almost looked like Matt had to take a penalty there. Bruce has now got a track limits penalty round here as well, as does Les, so this is really going to mix up the order. Les now behind Fourfish, with nearly half the race complete. Oh, look at the back end jump around there. Les now looking for a move into the Villeneuve chicane, hits the brakes, gets down the inside. Not quite fully. Oh, and a bit of contact through the fast right-hander. Not normally a place you tend to make an overtake. You'd have to have a very good run. But here comes Rally Matt now looking to the outside of Les into... Oh, looks to make it 3 wide through the hairpin. Matt's going to get squeezed out. No room for him there. Oh, and that's more contact behind. That's the Les and Four Fish. Don't know what happened there, but... Very weird place to try to have an off. Matt and Les. Les does seem like he's squeezing a lot at the moment. Let's into the first corner. AMH has got past Cam. We haven't seen that. Looks like Cam's made a mistake somewhere. But Jack now has AMH right behind him. And Jack has a penalty. Now back with his fight. Four Fish with Rally Matt behind. Into the Klein chicane. Very civil at the moment. 3 minutes 37 left on the clock. Andrew, otherwise known as AMH Racing, oh, that's a bit of a moment for Jack going through the flick left. It looks like the back end just stepped a little bit and almost sent Jack flying. But yeah, AMH does not have to overtake Jack at the moment. Jack does have that track limits penalty. AMH looking down the inside, decides better of it. And you see AMH just getting better traction out of the final chicane. Jack's gone a little bit deep, but he's managed to get the car turned in. That's impressive from Jack there into the first corner. Late on the brakes, still getting the front end to nip in, but here comes AMH looking down the inside. The gap isn't quite there, though it might open up through turn 3. It has opened up for turn 3, and that's going to be AMH's ticket through. But once again, Jack and AMH involved in a battle. Down to the Klein chicane. Jack's had to relinquish that spot back to AMH. Just went 4 wheels over the white line. The penalty line is quite strict here. A lot of drivers around Zolder getting some form of time penalty at the moment. Vass either a disconnect or something of that sort by the seams of it. I know he's having issues with his wheel. Cam looking down the inside of Jack into the hairpin. This the battle for second place. AMH is through. Minute 14 left, so one more lap to go for these guys. Cam still on the back of Jack. Meanwhile, Four Fish is now behind Rally Matt, who's behind Bruce Lee Harding. Bruce has found himself in the top 5. They have been gapped by Les. Bruce has a time penalty. Rally Matt is the only one who doesn't here in this midfield. So he's in a good position here, depending on what penalties are going to be given out. Down to the Klein chicane. On board with Matt. Up over the crest. Through the Villeneuve chicane. Doesn't look like anything's going to happen. AMH still leads though from Jag as the cameraman suddenly decides he wants to go back to the action. This for the final time. We're going to come through Jackie X box. And it will be AMH with an absolutely crazy race for him. From near the back, he's going to win here at Zolder. A perfect start to his defence. Jack comes home second, but Cam's going to have it on penalties. Next Gen Les comes home in fourth for now. Here comes Rally Mats. He will be in fifth. Fourfish in sixth. Bruce Lee Harding will be seventh from D Whitehouse 7. Web user Johnny will come home in ninth. And it's a bit of a battle between TBM Muzz and Seeks44 as they head into the chicane. Cross the line, Muzz in 10th and Seeks will be in 11th. So there are your results. AMH winning the race from Cam. 1, 2, 3 Diz. Jack is in third place with Les in fourth. Matt's in fifth. Fourfish is in sixth. Bruce Lee Harding 7th. Just noting down all the points quickly. Do that in a minute. Bruce Lee Harding 7th. D Whitehouse is in 8th. Johnny is in 9th. TBM Muzz is in 10th. Seeks in 11th. And Vass, unfortunately, not completing the race, which is a shame because that is a 0-point score for him. In just a minute, we'll be revealing the second car and track combination. Just also send Vass another invite just in case. So, our second race of the evening will be in the Renault Megane V6. There she is. And we will be heading to Germany and the Oschersleben A course. give them a minute to sort their liveries out. It looks like everyone's in a fairly different livery. You see Vass has come back. So, the second race is going to be underway. So here we go, race number 2 here at Oschersleben. The rear-wheel drive McGann V6s. So, Oschersleben. Interesting circuit, very technical. Got to be careful of those track limit penalties. And the Renault Megane V6 is a fantastic car to drive. Someone goes really wide through the chicane, didn't quite get that right. As Jack comes through for his to start his first lap. There is AMH in the number 7 machine. I tell you what, these cars sound awesome. Going to that first corner. Again, I'd expect everyone to get 2 laps if they went out of the pits. GC5 Vass is having issues with his wheel at the moment, is the news from the pit lane, so but yeah, Oschersleben, it's a 2.297 mile circuit. Very difficult to overtake on is Oschersleben. And AMH just rounding that final chicane, very tricky chicane to get right. Les will be the first man to set a time. Seeks out a lap invalidation. Les across the line in a 1:34.7. Jack, what can he do? He puts in a 1:35.8. AMH, a 1:31.6. That's a great time. Ronnie Matt looks like he's abandoned a train of cars. Looks like Matt's abandoned his first lap. Time start coming in. Camper's in a 132.8, 1.1 away from AMH. A few people abandoning their first laps and going again. That's someone off at turn 1. D. Whitehouse, 6th place for him. Oh, on the back end, stepping out for someone there. I think it might have been Johnny off at turn 1. Johnny just goes through that little flick left, right. There's Muzz. Where's Seeks to? There is Seeks. Just coming onto the back straight away. Meanwhile, Les crosses the line. I believe that is over for him. Jack puts in a 130.2. That's a great lap time from him. Not quite fast enough because AMH does a 130.219. So 14 thousandths of a second difference between first and second right now. Can Cam do anything about it? Cam up to the line. No, he's backed off. Surprising from Cam. Les is in 4th. Bruce currently in 5th. Muzz is in 6th. Seeks has yet didn't set a time, nor has Vass. So that's qualifying over for now. Yeah, interesting. So AMH takes pole position from Jack TM53 Synopsis by just 14 thousandths of a second. This is going to be a great race between those two. Cam123D is 3rd on the grid. Les in 4th. Bruce 5th. Muzz in 6th. Rally Matt 7th. D. Whitehouse is in 8th. Four Fish in 9th. Johnny in 10th. Seeks and Vass will be starting at the back due to no time being set. So let's get underway. We sink in for the second race of the night here at Oschersleben. In the Megane V6s we have 3 red lights. We are green and hear those V6s roar. Someone's got off the line very badly. A couple of people off the line badly as well, actually, in the background. Looks like Seek's involved. We're heading to turn 1. Drivers need to be sensible. It's a tight corner. Looks like we're going to get through turn 1 okay. AMH very, very sketchy on the outside, on the grass almost. He's going to lose the lead to Jack TM53 Synopsis down to turn 3. Jack giving the space, closing the door now where he's got the room. Les trying to get Cam. Jack Seeks involved, by the looks of it in the background, unfortunately. D. Whitehouse, that's an interesting line from Les. I think the back end just got away from him there. Through the chicane for the first time. You can get away with that one marker. Bruce is down to 6th. Just behind Murs. Vass is still having issues by the scenes of it with his steering wheel. Which is a big shame because he's a great driver, is GT5 Vass. Fullfish struggling down in 7th with Johnny in 8th. Rally Matt down in 9th. D. Whitehouse, I think it might have been D. Whitehouse who took that earlier incident off the start line. Just got on the grass for some reason. But it is Jack who's going to lead the first lap here. Across the line they go. Into turn number 1. With Jack in 3rd in race number 1. Oh, Jack really trying to get the throttle down, the back end squirming all over the show. And AMH now down the inside of Jack, going through turn through the hairpin at the top of the circuit, and he's going to make that move stick. A great move from AMH. Down the back straight, Jack's going to try and do everything he can to get this back. Yeah, Jack just went a bit too tight into the hairpin. Jack still on AMH as they go through the final corner. 6 minutes 50 to go. Through turn 2, down to the hairpin. 6.5 minutes to go. Still a lot of racing to come here at Oschersleben. Let's have a look further down. Everyone's just a little bit spread out, but could close back up. Cam still has Les behind him by about 9/10 of a second here. On board with Jack as we enter the back straight before going into sector 3. Into the penultimate corner. Jack looking for maybe a switchback of some description coming out of the final corner. But AMH just squares the corner up, gets the traction out, on to lap 4 we go. Jack trying to keep it a bit of a tighter line. No room though for him to make the move. And this is going to frustrate Jack. He knows in reality it was kind of a mistake by him. Oh, they catch the curb. Through the triple left-hander before you hit the brakes. I think Jack having to get rid of a slowdown there for some bizarre reason. Even though he went a bit wide. Yeah, you can see there he's on and off the throttle. It's put him back by 1.5 seconds. If anything, it's put Cam in a bit of a dangerous spot for him. He's only a second behind now as they go through sector 3. On Cam now, looking to get a move done on Jack. A little bit stalemate at the moment. 3 minutes 20 to go. AMH now 2 seconds up in the lead. The triple left-hander once again. The chicane. And Les now has a penalty to his name. He's fair way ahead of Muzz though, so shouldn't be too much of a problem for him. Bruce Lee Harding down in 6th at the moment, 4Fish in 7th. Rally Matt, followed by DY House, followed by Johnny, followed by Seeks. Seeks, I think, got caught up in that start line accident again. But AMH leads by 2.3. Jack and Cam almost side by side into turn 1. It's forced Jack onto that tighter line. With a hairpin. Jack's just about managing to cover off Cam for now. With a minute 43 remaining, we're going to have one more lap after this. Through the chicane for the 6th time here. Oh, and Jack's got that bit wrong. That's going to give blood to Cam. Cam is going to be all over the back of him coming down this straight. I thought Cam would get a bit of a better run, actually, considering that mistake from Jack. The Cam now makes a slight mistake through that chicane there. D. Whitehouse and Seeks now both have penalties. Oh, and Cam getting all squirrely coming out of the final corner, hooking up on the curb. Just allow Jack that breathing room. Onto the final lap we go. You have to say, unless AMH makes a mistake here. It's his to lose for race number 2. Muzz and Bruce starting to get close together here for a bit of a battle. This over a top 5 place. Oh, and Bruce almost running a bit wide there. That's just being a little bit conservative through the 3 fast lefts. Making sure he doesn't make a mistake now. They head through the chicane onto the back straight. But it's going to be AMH who wins at Oschersleben. Jack TM53 Synopsis comes home in 2nd place with Cam in 3rd. Les is going to be in 4th. Looking back, is it going to be Muzz? It looks to be that Muzz is going to get home in 5th place from Bruce Lee Harding from 4Fish. And then Rally Matt? Yes, I do believe 4Fish beat Rally Matt there. I'm just going to double check on the... on the stream there. Yeah, 4Fish definitely beat Rally Matt there. Then it was D Whitehouse 7. So 8 points for him. Sorry, 9 points for him. Oh, it is 8 points. 8 points for D Whitehouse 7. Johnny comes home in 10th place. 7 to him and 6 for Seeks. Cracking bit of racing there from the top guys. Return to the lobby. A quick 10-minute break for the drivers, just get them a little bit rested after that, before 2 more. Like I said, a quick 10-minute break, so 21:40 will be the time that we go again for race number 3. And the next car we will be driving is a favourite car of mine to drive. Personally, where is the Ferrari? Schedule. Yep. So we are going to be in this beast, the Ferrari 365 GTB4 Competizione, 183 mph top speed, 402 horsepower. It's a fantastic car to drive. Yeah, the Ferrari 365 GTB4 Competizione there, and we will be heading back down to the Z. A racetrack that always provides good entertainment. Zhuhai. Now, this circuit, a very interesting one. Lots of overtaking opportunities. Didn't get a run in this season, as far as I'm aware, in the leagues of NXTGEN. So should be a good one. to host for the Ferrari. The Ferrari, great handling car. You can actually drift this thing fairly nicely. You can catch a slide, which is great fun to have. Guys, just popping their thumbs up if they are ready before the 10-minute break is up, then we will get going earlier. Just wait for either the timer to arrive or the drivers to thumb up. So we'll thumb up the close we are to getting racing. So we just got Jack, Johnny, Cam, Seeks, and AMH. Obviously they are more than entitled. Obviously after 2 races to take their break, just give themselves a bit of relaxation time before we head into the final 2 races of the night. And currently it's AMH Racing who has the most points. He's won both of the starts. So just to run you through before we get going. Again, AMH is leading this little event tonight. He's on 42 points. Cam and Jack on 33. Les has 26, with Rally Matt, 4Fish, and Bruce Lee Harding all on 21. TBM Muzz is on 19, with D Whitehouse on 17, Webster Johnny on 15, Seeks on 12, and unfortunately Vass has yet to score as he has failed to finish. Obviously, unfortunately, due to his wheel not working very well. Once the time hits 21:40, we will definitely be on our way. It's pretty much, if AMH wins the next one, I'd be surprised if anyone catches him. Because he tends, unless he has an absolute mare of a race, it's going to be hard to catch him at the moment anyway. He's already 9 points ahead of the field. So final minute before we get racing again. Drivers just having a bit of a chat, obviously. They like to have a bit of a talk as they go, really. Just discussing how their races went, what happened. So here we are, we're going to get underway. It's 21:40, it's time for race number 3. Ferrari 365 GTB4 Competizione round Zhuhai. Off to China. It's obviously a circuit that everyone should know quite well. Everyone, I believe, has gone round it in some way, shape or form of a league in past. But here we go then. The 12 drivers go back out onto the circuit then. There is AMH, Rally Mats. If you're watching, do comment as we go. It'd be fantastic to hear your thoughts on all the cars, what's happened so far. Now, this being a slightly longer circuit in reality is going to mean that they may get slightly less chance of 2 laps. I think, in reality, I believe they should get 2 laps in round Zhuhai, but you just never know. There's Jack on track. There is Jack in the number 37 machine. Jack having to go back to the pits and going again here. Your seats. Yeah, Jack just spinning. Just tend to ruin the tyres here. Just go on board with Bruce Lee Harding then for a lap. 2.684 miles. It's been here since 1996 at Zhuhai. It's got 14 corners. And this is probably the most tricky one of the lot. So, out of turn number 14, down the main straight we go. Hear that engine roar. Down to turn 1, heavy braking. Second gear. Oh, and Bruce has lost the back end going through. Just losing the rear end as he put the power in. Turn 3, flat right-hander. Then you hit the brakes fairly early for turn 4 because it's quite a sharp 90-degree left-hander, and then you flick it through 5. Which should be flat. It's kind of the ideal situation. Down to first gear, rotate. So out of 7, you go through 8, this little right-hander. And you're going to hit the brakes again for turn 9. Yet again, another tight left-hander. And this is where all the overtaking opportunities are going to come, are in these braking zones. Turn 10, quite a fast left-hander, not flat. There's the marks from Jack from earlier. Another hairpin. Turn 12, flick right. Turn 13, this long left-hander, again, just a flat left-hander, nothing really special about it. Up in turn 14. Down to third. You don't want to really hit the curb on the inside because it will make the back end be careful because it's almost like a little bump on the middle of the corner. That's a lap of Zhuhai. Obviously, it isn't going to be a great time from Bruce because of his spin. He's still puts in a 157.3 though. So it could be a lot worse. Must have the lap invalidated. Bruce just get turns 1 and 2 correct this time around. AMH has done 1 lap and seems to be happy with a 142.9. There is Cam in second place. Where is Jack? Is Jack going to be next cross line? Yes, he is. Jack on his one and only lap. 14.9 quicker, so at the moment he's still going to be about a second off of AMH. So he hasn't really had that first lap to fully warm the tyres up. Sometimes the tyres do take a little bit longer to get up to temperature. Down towards the final corner, what can Jack do? Across the line he comes. It's second place so far, 143.3. Oh, and that's gone horribly wrong for Cam on the exit of 14. Into the barrier he goes. Les comes through in the number 18 machine. He comes across the line. Stays in fourth. Here comes Johnny. Up to the line he comes. Puts it seventh on the grid. 144. Bruce Lee Harding started off better. He only goes ninth though, 145.8. Seeks on a lap here. Through the final corner, what can he produce? I don't know if he set a time or not actually. Qualifying is over. AMH takes pole position from Jack, TM53 Synopsis. Those two going to continue this little battle they have, but they got Cam right behind him in third spot. Les is fourth, DY House fifth, Rally Matt sixth, Johnny seventh, Vass is in eighth, Bruce Lee Harding in ninth, Muzz is in 10th, Fullfish 11th, and Seeks unfortunately not setting a time once again. But let's get on with it. It's time for race number 3. We sink in. 3 red lights. We are green at Zhuhai. And this time we all get away cleanly. The MH looks to have got the better launch. Down towards turn number 1. Cam is under attack from the Les. Les just goes in a bit deep, goes back a couple of places, he's down to 5th. Oh, he's on the grass and into 2 cars. So Cam stays 3rd, Jack's taken first meal. Though AMH to the inside of turn 6. Jack continues to stay ahead for now. In an ideal world, Jack and Cam need to finish ahead of AMH to make it difficult for him. Matt's up to 4th, Fourfish in 5th, there's DY House in 6th, Bruce Lee Hardy in 7th, Seeks is in 8th place, he's got Vash just behind. And it was Muzz, Les and web user Johnny unfortunately involved in that exit of turn 1 incident. So Les just got on the grass and just speared him right. To the back end of the lap now. And once again, Jack and AMH are with each other. Cross the line for the first time, 8 minutes, 13 remaining then. As the cars streak across the line, someone in the background having a little bit of a moment. That looks like that's Vass having a bit of a moment. There's DY7, there's Seeks, there's Bruce. Bruce is catching up to Fourfish. And AMH has actually got past Jack here through turn number 1 and 2, and here comes Cam down the inside. And oh no, it looks like Vass has had more issues with his wheel. He's had some rotten luck tonight as Vass. Into turn 7 for the leaders though. Cam looking to the inside of Jack. Those two, oh, AMH getting sideways. And that looked like Rally Mac getting on the grass as well on the exit. Jack side by side with the leader. Is he going to stay there for turn number 9? Yes, he does. He hits the brakes. He gets into the lead. Can he get it slowed down? Yes, he does. But AMH switches back on him. And Cam's going to get him for good measure through turn 10. Great racing between the three leaders here. Not only are they leading in the standings, they are leading on the track. But AMH, crucially in that lead. But he struggled to get it slowed down for turn 11. And once again, he presents an opportunity, but neither Jack or Cam can take it because they're too busy fighting over second place. Cam does take that place eventually. Into turn 14. And that's a great run Cam has. He's going to look to the inside. AMH goes to cover him off. Jack hasn't moved across with them. He stayed on the racing line. Cam moves back to the outside, hits the brakes. Oh, Jack went to the inside there. Slowed down Cam, but AMH is slow coming out of turn 2. Cam round the outside. This is a great move. He can pull this one off. He does pull it off. What a fantastic move from Cam. 1, 2, 3 did around the outside of turn 4. Turn 6. Oh, AMH has clipped the grass. How has he not gone round? Again, gets a bit sideways through turn 7. Just to have to defend now from Jack. Through turn 10. These three, we can't really keep our eyes off, can't really go away from this battle because it's too tight to call at the moment. As they enter turn 11, Jack on that better line in my opinion. He'll square the corner up, but he can't quite get a gap. Oh, a bit of a door nudge between Jack and AMH. They're 3 wide. They're 3 wide into turn 13. Cam wisely backs out of that one. Jack's gone to the inside of 14, gets a bit of a drip, but he's going to be okay. AMH will get a better run though, and here comes Cam as well. Constant switching of places, and look who's behind and catching. It's Rally Matt. On board then with the 4th place man. We're going to watch this battle for the lead from 4th. Up towards turn number 4. Matt just being sensible here. You can see Jack has a poke out, but AMH still leading this race now on lap number 4. We've got 4 minutes to go. Jack once again, Jack getting the back end out of it, and there's Rally Matt also getting the back end loose. Cam to the outside for turn number 9. They're still side by side. Into turn 10. Cam drops in behind, but he's going to look for a run on. Can't quite. Oh, there goes Jack. He's into the wall. I think he clipped the curb, but Cam and AMH still fighting this one out. Once again, AMH parking on the apex. Beautiful driving. His defensive skill is utterly brilliant, is AMH's. Oh, and Jack having more issues in the background. The back end getting loose through turn 14. Siegs is up into 5th at the moment. But Cam still looking for this move on AMH. Two minutes 37 to go. Much better line from Cam through turn 4 and 5. Gonna get a run as we come up towards 6. Not enough of a run though. Although, dive to the inside from Cam. Gets it stopped as well. Beautiful move, but Jack gets a penalty in the meantime. AMH manages to switch it, and he gets back into the lead, covers the line into 9. Oh, you can see Cam trying to get a switch back going there. Can't quite get it, but he should get a better line through 10. And this time, he should... Oh, AMH dipping a wheel into the grass. That's going to allow Cam through. Up to turn 11. AMH still on the inside of Cam. This has been going since second number 1. And Cam finally, surely, through turn 13... He still can't quite get ahead of AMH. Through turn 14, he's going to force AMH on that really, really tight line. These two know each other like the back of their hands. Jack, unfortunately, has fallen into 6th. Cam to the outside, gets the move done into turn 1, but yet again... AMH has a good run, but can't quite make anything of it this time. And this is the final lap of the race. Cam in the lead. Oh, Cam's got the back end out through 5. Here comes AMH. He's got the run. I believe D. Whitehouse has retired from this race. Bit of a shame. Randy Matt still just behind in 3rd. Oh, it's close. That is insane racing between these two. AMH, though, retakes the lead. Oh, Cam tries it. He has got it down the inside for 10 here. Oh, and AMH dips that wheel on the grass again. Here comes Cam up alongside. Here comes Randy Matt as well. We've got to be cautious here for AMH. If Randy Matt manages to get involved, a bit more contact into turn 11. It's all hard racing between these two. Oh, Matt spun it. That's a shame. He almost could have had 2nd place on the cards there. Cam 1, 2, 3 years though. Just has to make it through 1 corner. He's run a bit wide though. Oh, he's gone. He spun on the final corner. It's going to be AMH who wins here at Zhuhai on the last corner. Who's it going to be though? Will it be Cam? I believe it will be. No, Seeks pips him on the line from Cam, from Rally Matt, from Bruce Lee Harding in 5th. No, Fullfish in 5th, Bruce Lee Harding in 6th, Les will be in 7th, Johnny in 8th, Jack will come home 9th, which is a bit of a shame for him, and Muzz in 10th. But it's got even harder for the pack behind. I think Seeks is maybe a bit delighted about his result there. Pipping Cam on the line. Cam is going to be kicking himself through that final corner. Just ran a bit wide. Just confirm my suspicions. Yep, D. Whitehouse did retire on that race. So AMH takes the victory from Seeks 44, who gets a well-needed 18 points for his cause. Cam in 3rd. Rally Matt gets 4th place there from Fourfish. I don't know what happened to Bruce, but he ended up with a 30-second penalty, and I'm a bit unsure why. But we're going to save that replay. I'll do the points very, very shortly. So the final car and track combination, I believe, is done as an SMS vehicle. Is this car the 205 brake horsepower Formula C car? And we're going to head to a community favourite, Alton Park Island. Give it a minute or two just for the guys to select their vehicles. Hopefully there's a bit less in the way of blue. So I'm unsure if that is going to return, because I know his... Let's just send him an invite just to see if he wants to come back in. We're going to get underway because obviously time and that. So, race 4. It's mathematically not over. Technically not over. Cam 123 days, 15 behind. It would take a bit of a miracle now. But if AMH, for whatever reason, does not complete this race, Cam still has a good chance. Garrett, GT5 Ash should be able to join. But Alton Park Island circuit, what a circuit to end the race of winners on. .26 miles of one of the best tracks in England, in my opinion. And who better to take a ride round here than the homeboy of Jack, TM53 Synopsis. And everyone just slows up a little bit, tries to get himself a bit of space. So we come out of Deer's Leap, up towards Old Hall Corner. 120 mile an hour, hit the brakes of the WMD board. Late apex, the back end stepped out on Jack. He's just about saved it. Good driving. Out of that, down the avenue, into Denton's, a flat right-hander. Into the Cascades. Tricky downhill, long left-hander. Got to be careful. The back end will want to snap on you. Down Lakeside, into the Island hairpin. Out of the Island hairpin, up the hilltop and towards the Hislop chicane. Got to be careful through here, through the Hislops. You hit the brakes, but you don't want to take too much curb. Oh, and Jack's just taken no curb at all. Then you go through Knickerbrook. Oof, and the back end is all over the shop at the moment for Jack in this Formula C car. Up over the hill, that's Clay Hill, through the Water Tower. And then into Druids, double right-hander. So again, the back end trying to step out. Hit the brakes into Lodge, famous for when the Hondas and the British touring cars collided together, and Jack is unfortunately going to be starting at the back of the pack. He crosses the line. He will keep going because he will get a third lap here, will Jack. See there, 124 from AMH. So Jack, if he carries on, will get one more lap in the bag. GT5 Ass has yet to leave the pits. Seeks 44 on an out lap as far as I'm aware. Running mad to 125.7. Bruce Lee Harding 125.8, so close between those two. Full Fisher 126.8, so about 9/10 further back there. DY House at 127.2. Muzz with a 134.8 and Les with a 141.7. Obviously those could just be banker laps being put in. So Les collects a cone as a passenger out of the Island hairpin. Cam, and the number 34. He may just return to the pits. That's the end of qualifying for him. Over the crest, here we go. Cam 123 Diz will get another lap in, puts in a 124.728. Goes what, 10th quicker than AMH, and AMH can't do anything about it. Bruce Lee Harding just go a bit quicker as well, 125.5. Here Jack has managed to get to his final lap. Seeks just ahead of him. So these two, one shot qualifying for the two drivers here. There's D White House, who's just crossed the line. TBM Muzz has crossed the line, a 127.2, his quickest possible time there. Back with Seeks and Jack. Seeks a bit wide through Druids. Jack making an overtake. See Jack trying his best to get as quick a lap time as he can. He slides coming out of Lodge through Deer's Leap. Cross the line, Jack puts it on pole position, a 124.1. Eat your heart out. Here comes D. Whitehouse, crossing the line, goes into 6th. Bruce puts it 2nd on the grid, so this has just got really interesting for the midfield battle here at Rowe. So Jack takes pole position from Bruce Lee Harding. Cam is in 3rd, AMH on the 2nd row of the grid for the first time tonight. Rally Matt is 5th, D. Whitehouse in 6th, Four Fish 7th, TBM Muzz is in 8th, Seat 9th, Johnny 10th, Les is in 11th, and GT5 Vass did not set a time once again. There we go. So I think news from the pits. Bruce Lee Harding has had a game freeze. Yes, he's not on the grid. That is not good news. That was some lap time from Bruce. 3 red lights were green for the final time tonight. Everyone gets underway. Cam on the inside. Jack running wide. Down to Cascade. Contact between Cam and Jack. They're both off through the Cascades. I don't know who that is. That's AMH. That's AMH. I don't know what happened there. That looked very, very weird. But Jack now down to 7th, AMH in 11th, so he's got a lot of work to do. Four Fish now leads. And we've got a bit of a scrap here for second. There's DY House, followed by TBM Mars, followed by Buddy Matt. I'm just watching the stream back to see what happened. It was very weird. It was like Jack went for a move. Almost like just missed his braking point. But Jack has left and has retired from the session. But DY House now leads. And DY House is off. The White House is now retired, so running Matt leads. Four Fish in second, Rally Matt leads for now. Les in third, Muzz in fourth, AMH fifth, GT5 Fast in sixth, Cam in seventh, Seeks in eighth, Johnny in ninth. That is Muzz in the background, getting all out of shape. Cam down in seventh at the moment. And there goes Matt through the long left. There is Muzz on the way down. Oh, that's AMH with Muzz, I want to say. Yeah, that's Muzz. He's just had a bit of a tangle there. So AMH in 5th. Randy Matt still leading the way. 1.8 seconds ahead of Fourfish and Les. Cam in 4th is not enough though. AMH in 5th. Still take his 3rd row title. Vass looks like he's got his problems sorted. .644, having a bit of a moment through his lots in Knickerbrook. Johnny just, oh, Seeks has just lost the rear end through Lodge. That's not ideal. Matt still leading the way. Oh, that's Muzz. He's gone around Old Hall Corner. That's allowed GT5 Vass through. He's going to get on just in front of Seeks here with Johnny. Well, Muzz has got it all wrong through his lops. Cam now up into 3rd place. .8 of a second, that's the gap between Rally Matt and Les. This battle's going to get a little bit tasty here. Oh, and Vass, I think Vass had more issues with his wheel, which is a bit of a shame. But Matt is now got Les right up his chuff, and here comes Cam as well. We got 1:56 to go. through Druids. Matt's now being overtaken by Les. Les does have a penalty under his belt though. Minute 36. We might get 2 laps here. Oh, Cam. Cam on the inside. Matt just got the back end out. Watching a touch of contact. As Les runs a bit wide and Cam now takes the lead. Cam, defensive through the island hairpin, gets a good launch though, as he's now got 0.6 of a second between him and Les. Matt not too far behind. Remember, Matt had a pretty decent qualifying session, and Les runs wide through his lops. That allows Matt through. Matt's running wide through Druids. It should allow Les to get back up to him as they go into Lodge. Across the line. And Les and Matt side by side down towards Cascades. Bit of jittiness going on. Up towards the island hairpin for the final time. Oh, has Cam got a penalty because he slowed right up into the island hairpin. It's allowed Les to get through past Matt here. No, not quite. They squeeze each other just a little bit. But Les ultimately gets through his lops, and he's managed to gap Matt by about half a second. I don't think it's going to be enough with his penalties in sight. As they go through Druids for the final time, up towards Lodge. Into Lodge, through Disley we go. Who's going to win this? It looks to be Cam. Cam wins at Alton Park. Rally Matt second. Les is going to be in third because AMH looks like he's made a mistake out of Lodge corner. Fullfish will be in fifth. Johnny sixth. And Seeks seventh for the last of the races. So Johnny comes through, Seeks is going to come through. And that is the end of the race of winners. Cam 123 Diz takes the victory from Rally Matt, from Les, AMH, Fourfish, Johnny, Seeks and Muzz rounds out the fin. Muzz retired after 6 laps, unfortunately. So the standings at the end. AMH does win the race of winners. It's his third in a row. The only person with more in a row is Boy Rexa 14-4. He took 3 wins in a fourth, so 76 points for him. Cam on 69 takes second, with Rally Matt on his first appearance in the race of winners taking third on 52. Les has 51 points with Fourfish on 44, Jack 41. Seeks on 40, Johnny on 35, Bruce Lee Harding on 33, TBM Muzz on 26, DY House on 17, and the participants on 0. So big congratulations to AMH for his third Race of Winners title. It's a fantastic achievement to have going into the next season. Obviously, season 18 just around the corner for the Project Cars 2 leagues, starting on Monday the 3rd of August. So just a couple of weeks away. Sign-ups will be out this week. So do head over to the NXTGEN Facebook page to get yourself signed up for those leagues for season 18. But from myself and the rest of NXTGEN, thank you all for watching. Obviously, there will be another Race of Winners on Wednesday. The GT Sports Race of Winners, streamed by Dark Smoker and CJW Racing. There will be links out on Wednesday for that one. But from myself and boys here at NXTGEN, thank you for watching tonight. Good night.